Hello everyone and welcome back. I am finally done um, with my dog slash house sitting for my son and daughter-in-law. Um, it's a little over a week and I made some trips back here to the apartment a few times and I'm just happy to be home. Um, Nothing wrong with their house. I'm used to their house. I used to live there. I'm used to Miley. It's just, it's just good to be home. Some of us are more homebodies than others. You know what I mean? And so it was really chilly last night. Like right now, it's a little on the chilly side. Not bad, but it's raining. Again, we're getting so much rain, and I apologize to those of you who are still super hot and dry. Not the case here in Wisconsin. It's very much fall weather now. Last night in the house it was 63. I think outside it was the upper 40s. And so fall has definitely arrived here. It just We've had so much rain from spring through fall. Ground's been saturated. It was really hard on the farmers, especially in spring and early summer. And I don't know about now, but it has really taken a toll on a lot of people's gardens too. I'm going to blame some of the weather on my bad gardening this year, but yeah, it is what it is. Not every year can be perfect. But in celebration of fall, I have hot apple cider. Just delicious. And for once, I'm grateful for the roof on this balcony because I can sit out here in the rain and not get wet even a little bit. And I can enjoy this weather. Even though I don't enjoy the rain, especially not anymore, I do like the temperatures and the breeze. I am a cold weather girl. And I feel like in the summer when it gets really hot and humid, I just melt. I just wither away. But cooler temperatures really brings me back. And unlike a lot of people, I don't mind winter. I'm not fond of ice and snow, mind you. Mostly because, or at least partly, because trying to walk, I guess, is, you always got to watch your footing, even when you have really good boots on, because you could fall. And the older you get, boy, I feel like it just hurts that much more and takes a lot longer to recover from. And so, yeah, that way I don't like it. But I like the colder temperatures. And I like the wind. A lot of people don't like the wind, especially when it's cold out, but I love it. I feel it's like refreshing to me and cleansing. And I've always thought the wind was cleansing regardless of the season. And, in a way, so is the rain. But I don't know. I don't mind the wind. And except when it comes to my hair, like this. But, and winter to me is just, I love coming in from a cold day into a nice warm house. I like to be snuggled and feel the warmth, and there's the wonderful kitchen smells, and go on the couch and read a book or watch a movie and just grab a nice little throw, and it's just enjoyable for me. There's no hurry, get a bunch of stuff done like there is spring through fall, especially what I mean is more outdoor chores, whether it's gardening or landscaping or just things to do on your house, because especially homeowners, there's always something that needs to get done, always some kind of project going on. Well, in winter we get the rest we need, and we can take care of ourselves and recharge after those 3 very busy seasons. And you know, a lot of people, my son in particular, will comment that he doesn't like winter because of everything's dead. And I certainly don't see it that way. Everything is not dead. The trees and grasses and other plants, they're just asleep. You know, they're hunkered down themselves against the harshness of the winter and getting a rest, much needed rest and break, like us, from the busyness of the rest of the year. And yeah, so I'm a fan of winter. Like I said, I don't appreciate snow because we get tons of it, and it just slows everything down. You're always cleaning your car off. Traffic moves slower. There's snowbanks all over the place, especially if you get too much. And sometimes you got to schlep through them to get where you want to be. But fall, of course, is probably my favorite because you usually have, you know, a little bit warmer, sunnier days, and there's still some greenery around, and then of course the fall colors, and then it's cooler at night where you can sleep with your windows open, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And fall doesn't last long here. This is fall now, and I'll look forward to going to the pumpkin farm and all that stuff. Everything fall, it's great. But moving on, this was the first week of my no spend October, and already I'm not doing so well. My grocery budget went right out the door. Well, not completely horribly bad, but I definitely went over it because while I was dog sitting, my one son Michael he knows that I don't like sleeping alone in a house, and that's been going on for years before Paul passed away. I'll do it, but I don't like it. It makes me really anxious. And you know, I didn't say anything to him, but he just showed up and said, I know how you are about it at night, so I'm going to come and stay with you. Aw, isn't that just the nicest? What a sweet kid I have, huh? Not on the weekends. He didn't spend the night on the weekends. So there were like 3 days I had to sleep by myself, with Miley, of course, because he had to take care of his daughter, Charlotte. And Charlotte wasn't going to be sleeping there, and you could say that. But then, so he was there, and then my other son, Jacob, came with Noelle and Ashton, and Ashton's going to be 1 later this month. Woo, birthday boy. And so they were going to come all at one time. So I went over budget to make dinner. And even though it was inexpensive, it was an inexpensive dinner. It wasn't anything I had planned in the budget. Oh well, things happened. And then I got an unexpected bill for my P.O. box. And I pay that in 6-month increments. And I just had forgotten all about it. But of course the post office didn't. So I have to pay that before the end of this month. So that's a certain amount of money I didn't have planned for. So that kind of... So I'm hoping I save money elsewhere, you know, to kind of make up for these two things, you know. I mean, I'm still doing good in other ways. I haven't set my foot in a single store, except for the one day getting extra stuff for dinner. No fast food or anything like that, and no online shopping. So that way I'm doing good. And I did call Dish to have that satellite canceled up at the cabin. That's like $42 and some cents I'll be saving every month now. And let's see. Oh, last month I don't know if I brought this up to you guys, but I had a really good savings and I wanted to share it with you. It was last month, but only a week or two ago. I'm going to see Jeremy and Julia in Texas in December. I'm not going to be there exactly at Christmas time so that I can spend time with my other kids and grandkids here, but more like the middle of December. And last year I feel like I booked it too late and I ended up spending a good chunk of change on the airfare, because I had remembered when I looked at it in September it was pretty cheap. Well, I didn't end up booking it till closer to the end of October, and it was a lot higher. So I started looking again, and holy mackerel, did I save the money. Round trip airfare to San Antonio from Milwaukee for $279. Woohoo! I do have a layover each way, of course, but not more than one, and I always have when I go that way. The only way I can get a flight down there that's non-stop is if I fly out of Chicago, but I don't want to fly out of Chicago because number one, it's a way bigger airport, and then I gotta find somebody willing to drive down there with me, let me off, and come and pick me up. So, and I don't want to hassle anybody to do that, you know, and I'm sure the kids would say, oh, no problem, Mom, we'll do it. I know they would do it, but I don't want to ask them and bother them. So I'll take the layovers. It's just kind of sucky because I just hate flying. It's all the takeoff. I just, you know, panic attack city. But, you know, I'm on this medication now, so maybe that will help. And I told my therapist about it, and she said, don't worry, I got some strategies for you. We'll work on it before you have to go. And I'm like, yay! Because, yeah, once I'm in the air, I'm fine. But it's that takeoff where it just... And she says, well, what about it scares you? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm usually totally fine. It's not like I think about doom and gloom and, oh my goodness, we're going to crash, because I don't. And I'm usually excited. You know, where we're going, you know, you're getting away from home and you're going to get to see somebody you love and have a good time, like a mini vacation and everything. But all of a sudden, those engines fire up and my heart starts going, and I'm just not a happy camper at all. But hopefully, this time around, I can turn over a new leaf. Things will be different, and I'll be good to go. So let me know in comments if you have been doing the no spend, how it's going this first week with you, and what did you change, or did you get any good deals and stuff like that. I'd really be interested to hear it. And then even if you're not doing the challenge, let me know down in comments what your favorite season is and why. What do you love about it? Why is it your thing? I'd love to hear about that too. That'd be really interesting. I think everybody would like to see everybody else's responses. That'd be really cool. Anyhow, it was nice talking to you. And you take care.